Maligayang araw everyone. So we are the first presenter for this day in our subject Mathematics in the Modern World. So we are the Group 1 and I am Ronel Aragamara.
I am Debbie Arias de la Peña, 1990.
I am Marco de Chavez.
I'm Jasmine Marinay.
I'm Marlando Palmoni.
And today we are going to discuss about the first topic. And these are the truth tables, equivalent statements, and tautologies. So before we continue our discussion, so let's have a review first about the topic that we have discussed last time. So it is all about the statement. So when we say statement, what it is? What is it? Anyone?
It can either be true or false, and it is any declarative form.
So when we say statement, just like nga na sinabi ni Marga, it is a declarative sentence wherein it is either true or false. So meaning, it's in order for a sentence to be a statement, it must be answerable by true or false. And it must be a declarative sentence. It cannot be a question and a command. Yun. So we had also discussed about the simple statement and compound statement. When we say simple statement, it only conveys how many ideas? One idea when we say simple statement. How about compound statement? Two or more. Okay. So to form a compound statement, we should have two or more simple statement. And it is connected by the different connectors. So here in the table, we can see here the connective use to form a compound statement. So the first one is the connective not. So the symbolic form or the symbol that we use to form that statement is ito. Not so when we are forming a statement regarding this, it is called the negation. So next one. The next one is the conjunction. When we say conjunction, the simple statements are combined using connective and the symbol use is reverse E. Just like the lesson na discuss natin last time. So and yung sunod naman is disjunction. Kapag disjunction, we use the connective or connector na or. And the symbol use is V. And then, sa pangapat naman is about conditional. If and then statement or yung ginagamit ng connective if and then. And the symbol that we use here is the arrow facing to the right. And then the last part. So if we are forming a compound statement and the connective use is if and only if, we use the symbol double-headed arrow. So malinaw naman po yung lahat ng ito, right?
Compound statements symbolic form negation as the effect of reversing the truth value of a statement. When we say negation, it is a statement wherein it reverses the truth value of a statement. We use the symbol na tinatawag na tilde
statement is false, the second one will be true. So here the example is today is Monday. It is true, right? And then when the negation comes, so it will become today is not Monday. And then sa conjunction, just like what is she said nga, we use the simple reverse V to show the conjunction, and it is read as and. Okay. So dito sa last example, I am sick. First statement, I am sick. Second statement, I can take the exam. So we have here the negation, not me and not you. So instead of sabihin natin ang I am sick and I can take the exam, we will reverse it. So I am not sick and I can take the exam. Is that clear?
Yes.
This junction, when we say this junction, it is a simple statement wherein two or more simple statement are connected using a word na or. Here the example. I will study today. I will play again. Ang symbolic form po ng kung sa conjunction ay may inverted na B, sa disjunction naman is yung normal form ng B is P or Q. P is represent I will study today and Q is represent I will play ML. In a disjunction statement, either I will study today or I will play ML. Sino pong gusto mong sumagot ng sample number?
So for the statement P, which is I will pass math, and the statement Q, I will graduate, the needed disjunction is not P or Q. So the answer would be I will not pass math or I will graduate.
Tama. Sa example number 2 is I will pass math. I will not pass math or I will graduate. Kaya may word na not kasi may negation sa first statement. Conditional. In conditional, when we say conditional, it is a compound statement wherein two or more simple statements that are connected using if-then. Here the example. P is I will pass math, then Q I will graduate. In conditional statements, gumagamit tayo ng one-headed arrow in not naka-face sa right. In conditional statement, this statement is I will pass math, Q I will graduate. In conditional is pag gagawin natin siyang conditional statement, ito ang form niya. If I will pass math, then I will graduate. Sino pong gusto mo? Okay, gana. Gana ba yun?
Doon sana. Dahan. Kita.
Kaya kung may word na I will not pass math. If I will not pass, then I will not graduate. Kaya kung may word na not, dahil may negation po sa conditional statement ko, or not P or not Q. Yun lang.
By condition, compound statement in the form of if and only if statement. When we say by conditional, it's a compound statement wherein two or more simple statements are connected using if and only if statement. We have two statements. The first statement is I will pass math, and the second statement is I will graduate. To form a compound statement, yan natin yung if and only if para maging ano. So, bali, I will graduate if and only if I'll pass the math. Sa sunod, sino makapag-identify kung paano naging? Martin.
I will not graduate if and only if I will have knowledge.
Napansin nyo may kasama ng not kasi sa mga statement kasi may statement may negation.
So I hope that these parts are clear to everyone. The next part that we are going to talk about is all about the compound statements and grouping symbols. So let's assume that we want to combine the negations, conjunctions, and disjunctions, conditional and biconditional. How are we going to do that? So, by using the grouping symbols. So, here in our first example, it is a combination of, what is this symbol? And. How about this? And. So, there's a combination of conjunction and negation. So, in order for us to know which statements are grouped together, we will use the parentheses. So, to read this as English sentence, P and Q and not R. So, para malaman natin kung alin yung statement na magkasama sa English, pagdating siya sa English sentence, we use the comma. So, P, nakahiwalay siya doon sa dalawang statements na magka-group together using the comma. So, and our connective uses and then the
Symbol mo ay kasunod sa English sentence report.
So sorry, so nagkamali lang na naisulat. Ito dapat ay or dapat yung kanyang symbol. So now, in English sentence, yung pinasa na natin is P and Q or not R. So malalaman natin kung which statements are grouped together by looking in the comma. So Q or not R. And then second statement naman. So we have here P and Q or R. So pagdating dito sa English sentence, P and Q or R. So we have positioned here the comma because we all know that P and Q statement are grouped together. So malinaw ba? Paano? Kapag symbolic form, malalaman natin which statements are grouped together by looking on the parentheses. What is inside of the parentheses? While kapag English sentence, hinihiwalay ng comma yung mga statements na magka-group together. So, here in the statement number 3, so P and not Q, if P and not Q, then R or S. Yun nga sa English sentence, pinag-iwalay silang dalawa using the comma. So, who wants to try this for example? Sulat ito. Okay, tama. So, magka-group yung P and not Q because here we can see the comma. It separates the statement R from the statements na magka-group together. Dito, and R. Equal use, reverse 3, and then statement. Okay, who wants to try this out? Yes, so her answer is correct. If P and Q, comma, then R. We have put here the comma because we all know that these statements are grouped together, P and Q. So that part clear?
So now we're going to proceed the compound statement and grouping symbols in problems. As you can see sa picture na sila namin sa inyo, yung statement P, to get a promotion, Q, to complete the training, and R, you will receive a bonus. Yung symbolic form na, open and close parentheses, P and Q, P and Q to R.
then R. So we have that P statement which is kesha singing style similar to is. So ang connected nga natin is if and then. So if kesha singing style is similar to office, then itong symbol natin is yung N, di ba? Mag-represent siya sa N, so gagamitin natin yung N. So ang Q statement natin is kesha has messy hair. Pero hindi na natin gagamitin yung word na kesha kasi magiging gagamit na siya kasi nandito siya. So ang gagawin natin is yung pronoun na she. She has messy hair. Kasi ito yung comma natin na magpapresent na ito yung group. So ito yung magkakagroup dyan. Yan, gets naman, di ba? Tapos, then, kasi ito, then, di ba, nag-represent siya sa then, she is a rapper. Okay, so, yung
na P, or yung ang P dito is yung Kesha singing style is similar to UP's. So, magiging ano siya, not. Or, Kesha singing style is not similar to UP's. Kaya, like the negation.
Be mindful of the comma kapag nag-English sentence.
So, sa ulit tayo na tayo. Just
Yeah. Let us explain this one. So, on the first naman na sinagot nila is tama yung mga statement, yung mga symbols na ginamit. Pero be mindful of the use of parentheses. Kapag English sentence, yung nakita natin, para malaman natin kung ano yung gagamitan natin ng parentheses, titingnan natin yung comma kung saan nakaposition. So in that case, nakaposition yung comma dun sa first statement. If Kesha is not a rapper. So we all know, by reading that, alam natin na nakahiwalay yung first statement. Not R. And then, yung dalawang statement, Kesha does not have a mess here. And Kesha's singing style is not similar. So, yun yung dalawang statement na yun natin. So, yung clear na ba? Yes po! Thank you so much dun sa mga nag-try. At sana ay malinaw na po.
Kung po tayo sa time, by tomorrow po, ituproceed po yung truth table.
Now, let's discuss what a truth table is. Truth table is a table that shows the truth value of a compound statement for all possible truth values of a simple statement. Meaning, ang truth table is nagpapakita if the statement is true or false. Now, let's go to truth value of negation. So, if the original statement is true, then if we apply negation, it will turn into a false statement because we are applying a not connector to the statement. For example, today is Monday. If that is true statement and we apply negation, today is not Monday, then it will turn into a false statement. If the original statement is false, then it will turn into a true statement. Here's another example. 2 is an even number. So, this statement is a true statement. And if we apply negation, it will turn into a false statement, which is 2 is not an even number. Next, today is Tuesday. If this statement is false, if we apply a negation, then it will turn into a false statement.
Truth value of conjunction. As you can see here, we have the truth value for conjunction. Again, when we say conjunction, ito yung compound statement na nabubuo by connecting two or more statement using connector and. The possible combination of truth value for each simple statement are here and the truth value ng whole compound statement. Kapag yung first simple statement ay true and yung second ay true, magiging true yung compound statement natin. Kapag true yung first statement and false yung second statement, false na yung compound statement natin. Kapag false yung first and true naman yung second statement, false pa din yung ating compound statement. Kapag naman parehong false yung first and second statement natin, false pa din yung ating compound statement. Meaning, magiging true lang yung conjunction na compound statement kapag parehong true na yung first and second statement. Pag magkaiba na, false na yun. Truth value of conjunction. So let us apply the truth value of conjunction by this example. So let's assume na meron tayong dalawang simple statement. First statement, today is Monday. True kasi Lunes naman talaga ngayon. And the second statement, there's no class today. False kasi may klase tayo ngayon. Pag pinagsama natin yung first and second statement, today is Monday and there's no class today. Yung first statement natin is true and yung second statement is false. So, yung whole conjunction natin is false based on dun sa table. So, let's have another example. Let's assume na meron tayong two simple statements again. 10 is an odd number. False kasi hindi naman siya odd, kandi even number siya. 10 is greater than 2. True kasi mas malaki naman talaga yung 10 kaysa sa 2. Pag pinag-add natin yon para maging compound statement, 10 is an odd number and it is greater than 2. Since false yung unang statement natin and true yung second statement natin, false na yung conjunction based dun sa table.
So now, we're gonna tackle about the truth value of disjunction. What is disjunction? So disjunction is a compound statement by connecting two or more simple statement by using the connective OR. So let's go here in the table. So the P is the first statement and the Q is the second statement. And the P or Q is the compound statement. So, if the first statement is true and the second statement is true, the compound statement will be true. And if the first statement is true and the second statement is false, the compound statement is true. So, if the first and the second statement, it has a difference. Like, ang isa ay true at ang isa ay false. So, the compound statement will be true. So, if the first statement is false and the second statement is also false, the compound statement will be false. So, here in this junction, the compound statement will be false if the first and the second statement is false. Unlike sa conjunction, di ba? Sa conjunction, if the first statement is true and the second statement is true, the compound statement is true. So, dito sa disjunction, magiging false lang yung compound statement kapag parehas false yung two simple statement. So let us apply the truth value of disjunction by this example. So here in the first statement or in the P has this statement. 10 is an odd number. We know that 10 is an even number, right? So the answer here is false. The second statement is 10 is greater than 2? Does 10 greater than 2? Yes. So the answer is true. Either 10 is an odd number or 10 is greater than 2, the compound statement will be true. Kasi nga, sabi natin kanina, di ka? Kapag kahit na magkaiba yung first at second statement, the compound statement will be true. So, let's try this one. Today is Monday. And that is true. The second statement is, there is no class today. So, there is no class today. So, the compound statement is either today is Monday or there is no class today. The answer is what?
Maligayang araw po. I am back again, Roniel Are Camara. So, my groupmate just had explained the truth value for the first three kinds of statement. The truth value for negation, conjunction, and disjunction. But before we continue our discussion, let us have a short recap about this. Okay, in negation, we all know that it only reverses the truth value of the original statement. So, let's have the simple statement P. If the truth value of that statement is true, then the negation will become false. Okay. Then if the truth value of this statement is false, the negation will become true. Okay. Now for conjunction, the connector that we use is AND. And the truth value of the conjunction depends on the truth value of the simple statement it consists. So, the compound statement will only become true if both of the simple statement are true. If not, then the compound statement will become false. So, let's assume this. If the first statement is true and the second statement is true, then the compound statement will become true. Now, if the first statement is true and the second statement is false, the compound statement or the conjunction will become false. If the first statement is false and the second statement is true, then the conjunction will become false. And if both of the simple statement it consists as the truth value of both are false, then conjunction will become false. Now, the truth value for disjunction. Unlike sa conjunction, the compound statement or the disjunction, the truth value of disjunction will become true if one or two of the simple statements are true. If both are false, then it will become false. So here in our example, true and true, the disjunction will become true. True and false, it will become true. And then, false and true, the disjunction will become true. False and false, the disjunction will become false. Okay? So now, let us apply what we have learned about the truth value for these kinds of statement. So consider the following simple statement. So we have 4 simple statements. It is raining and the truth value is true. I am going to the basketball game, the truth value is true. Today is Friday, the truth value is false. I am going to a movie, the truth value is false. So, determine the truth value of each compound statement. In order for us to know this, we have to analyze the truth value of the simple statements that it consists of and the connector that is used in that compound statement. So number 1. So the first simple statement, today is Friday, the truth value of that statement is false. And then the second statement, or the second simple statement, it consists, the truth value is true. And the connector used is and. And we all know that kapag and ang connector na ginamit, the compound statement will become true only if both of the simple statement is true. So in our case, we have false statement and we have true statement. Therefore, the whole compound statement is considered false. Okay. In number 2, first statement, I am going to the basketball game. Here, the truth value of this statement is true. And then the next statement is, I am going to a movie. I am going to a movie. The truth value is false. Now, the connector used is or. So, kapag or yung ginamit na connector, magiging true yung compound statement is if one or both of the simple statement are true. So, in this case, we have one true and we have one false. Therefore, the compound statement is considered true. Okay, in number 3, the first simple statement, it is not raining. So, here, the original statement is, it is raining. So, kapag negation, nababago yung truth value. Therefore, the first statement is considered na as false statement, since there is a negation. And then the second statement, I am going to a movie. I am going to a movie. The truth value is false. And the connector used is and. Dalawang false, therefore, the compound statement is considered false. Okay. Number 4. First statement, today is not Friday. There is a negation here. So, today is Friday is false, but there is a negation. Therefore, it will become true. And then, second statement, it is not raining. Again, negation. So, our original statement, it is raining, the truth value is true. Pagdating dito, magiging false. And the connector used is and. Kapag and, magiging true lang yung compound statement kapag both of the simple statement are true. But in this case, one of the statement is true and another is false. Therefore, the compound statement is considered false. Now, in our number 5, the first statement is, it is not raining. It is not raining. So, negation again. Original statement is true. It will become false. Second statement, I am going to the basketball game. I am going to the basketball game. The truth value is true. Okay, again, the connector used is and. Kapag and at magkaiba yung truth value ng mga simple statement, that is considered false. Okay, number 6, the last one. First statement, today is Friday. So, the truth value of this statement is false. False. And the second statement, I am not going to the basketball game. Negation again. So, the original statement, I am going to the basketball game, and the truth value is true. So, it will become false. The connector used is or. We have 2 false. Now, I am going to teach you on how to construct a table, a truth table for compound statements and grouping symbols. So last time we had discussed about the compound statements with grouping symbols. And there we had analyzed on how to know the statements that are grouped together. If the given compound statement is in symbolic form, again, we can know the statements that are grouped together by using the parentheses. And then if the given compound statement is in English sentence form, we have to consider the position of the comma so that we can analyze which simple statements are grouped together. So now, we are going to know how to construct truth table for compound statements and grouping symbols. So there are steps. Okay, the first step is start with the standard truth table form. So ito yung standard truth table form. And yung standard truth table form is always fixed. Hindi na yung nababago. We will use that standard truth table form when we are creating truth table ng compound statements. So, sa standard truth table form, we will just use two simple statements. Statement P and statement Q. Kasi, if we use three simple statements, madadagdagan yung number ng rows na gagamitin natin. So, instead na 4 lang, kapag 3, magiging 8. Okay. Next, add columns for negations if there are any. Add the truth value of the negations. Next, add columns for group compound statements. Add the truth value of the group compound statements. Number 4, repeat steps 2 and 3 until all components are completed. Number 5, once all components of the compound statements are written, add the truth value of the whole compound statement by following the rules for the given connector. Okay. So, mas magigets natin yung steps na to by applying it on an with examples. Okay. Let's try this first example. So, our first step is we have to analyze if there are any negations. So, here we have negation for statement P and we have negation for statement Q. So, lalagay natin yun sa first and second, sa column. Okay? Negation for statement P and negation for statement Q. And then, add the truth value for that negation. So, kapag negations, nababago lang yung truth value nung original statement, nare-reverse lang. So, in not P column, we will consider this column. So, the truth value is true, then the negation will become false, and then true again, it will become false, it will become true, and then false, it will become true. So the negation for statement Q, we will consider this column. Okay. The original statement is true, it will become false, then false, it will become true, and then true, it will become false, and then false, it will become true. Okay, now, the third step is add columns for group compound statements. So, malalaman natin yung group compound statements by analyzing what is inside the parentheses. The compound statement inside the parentheses. Okay, we will just copy that. Okay? And then add this on our column. Yan. So, in order for us to know the truth value of this compound statement, we will use the column not P and the column not Q. Okay? And then, consider this connector and we all know that the truth value of the compound statement will become true only if both of the statement that it consists are both true. If not, then it will become false. Okay, consider this. We have two false. Therefore, the compound statements will be false. And then, false and true. False and true. The compound statement will become false. True and false, and it will become false. Okay. Now in this case, both are true. It will become true. Now for our last column, we have to copy all the whole compound statement. Okay. So to know the truth value for this compound statement, we will consider the column P. P. This one. Okay. This column. And then the column for this compound statement. Ito yun. Okay? So, we have to analyze what connector was used. So, here, the connector used was disjunction or OR. Okay? So, kapag disjunction, magiging true yung compound statement if one or two of the statements that it consists is true. Magiging false lang if both of the statement are false. So here, the truth value of the first statement is true and the second statement is false. Therefore, the compound statement is considered true. Okay, next. The first statement is true, the second statement is false, then the statement will become true. True again. So here, the first statement is false, the second statement is false. Therefore, the compound statement is false. Okay. Now here, the first statement is false and the second statement is true. Therefore, the compound statement is considered true. Okay. Now, let's have another example. First step, look if there are any negations. So, in our example, we only have one negation. So, negation for statement P. Add the truth value. So, we will consider this column. The original statement is true, then the negation will become false. The original statement is true, the negation will become false. The original statement is false, it will become true. And then another false, it will become true. So the next step is we have to analyze the group compound statements. So it is only what is inside the parentheses, the statements that is inside the parentheses. Here in our example, we have this compound statement. We will copy that. There you go. And then we have to know the truth value for this compound statement. We have to consider the connector use. The connector use is or disjunction. Okay? So kapag disjunction, the compound statement will become true if one or two of the simple statement that it consists is true. So here, we will consider this two column for P and column for Q. So true and true, the compound statement will become true. True and false, the compound statement will become true. False and true, the compound statement will become true. And then here we have both true, both are false. Then this compound statement will become false. Okay. Now for the last step, we have to copy all the whole compound statement. Okay. Yan. So in order to know the truth value of this compound statement, we will consider the column for negation of statement P and column for this compound statement. Ito yun. Yan. Yan. So the connector uses AND. Ito. Yan. So if the connector uses AND, the compound statement will become true only if both of the statement that it consists are both true. If not, it will become false. So here we have false and true. Therefore, the compound statement is false. Then, false and true again, the compound statement will become false. Yan, ito. Both are true na. Therefore, the compound statement is true. And then true and false, okay, the compound statement is considered as false. There you have it. So I hope that it is clear for you on how to create a truth table for compound statements with grouping symbols. Now, after knowing on how to create a truth table for compound statements with grouping symbols, let us now know on how to analyze this truth table. So, consider this example. Ito yung ginawa nating truth table. So, the question is, if the truth value of P, statement P is false, and statement Q is false, what is the truth value of this compound statement? P or not P and not Q. So, our statement P daw is false and Q is false also. Yan, ito dalawang to. Okay? False. So, what is the truth value of the compound statement? So, we will not consider this column na because it is just used to create the truth value for the whole compound statement. So here, last column will be considered. Okay, so in our in this case, the whole compound statement is true. That's how you analyze truth table for compound statement. And then in our example number 2, if statement P is true and statement Q is false, what is the truth value of not P and P or Q? So statement P daw is true and Q is false. So ito yun. Itong row 2. We will not use these columns. We will jump on the last column na. So, kung anong row lang, doon lang tayo magbabase. Okay, so, in our whole compound statement, the truth value will become false. Okay, the answer for this is false. That's how you do it. I hope it is clear.
So now, we're going to proceed to equivalent statement. Two statements are equivalent if they both have the same truth value for all possible truth values of their simple statements. Equivalent statements have identical truth values in the final columns of the truth values. The notation P equivalent Q is used to indicate that the statement P and Q are equivalent. For the example, prove that not Q and not P is equivalent to not P or Q. So first, we're going to create a truth table, not Q and not P. So given the data, P and Q is given, we're going to proceed to not P. So ibibase natin yung sagot natin sa not P sa first column, which is yung P. So, pag sinabi nating negation, babalik ta rin lang natin para makuha natin yung sagot. So, since sa first column ng P is true siya, so, to get the negation or not P, the answer is false since true yung P niya. And the seconds, ganun uli, 1 and 2, true. So, sa not P, false ang 1 and 2 niya. And sa 3 and 4 niya, parehas na false yung P. So, yung not P is parehas ang 3 and 4 na true. Basta ang not P natin is ibibase lang natin siya sa P, which is babalik ta rin natin yung P para makuha natin yung not P. And ganun din ang gagawin natin to get the not Q. Ang gagamitan natin para makuha natin yung answer is yung Q para makuha natin yung not Q. So, since yung not Q niya is sa first row is true, babalik rin natin to get the not Q, magiging false siya. And sa number 2, yung false niya is magiging true at yung 3 niya true, magiging false naman ulit sa not Q, at yung Q niya na number 4 sa false, magiging true naman siya. So, to get the not P and not Q, magbe-base naman tayo sa not P and not Q na column. So, once na sinabi natin na not Q and not P, once na may false sa isang simple statement, false na siya sa compound. So, doon tayo titingin sa not P and not Q to get the not P and not Q. So, since ang not P and not Q natin is parehas na false, so ang magiging sagot natin sa not P and not Q is false. So, sa number 2, false ang not P niya, pero not Q ay T niya. Like what I said kanina, kapag may false ka na sa simple statements, magiging false na ang compound statement mo. So, ang sagot sa 2 is false. Tapos, sa number 3, true yung not P niya, pero yung not Q niya is false. May false uli siya, so false uli yung not P and not Q. And dun naman sa last, parehas siyang true. So, pag parehas siyang true, true siya. And gano'n din kapag false. Kapag parehas siyang false, false. Pero kung parehas siyang true, true. So, again, we're going to create a truth table for not P or Q. So, given the data P and Q, gagawa tayo ng another column for P or Q. So, dun naman tayo, to get the answer of P or Q, magbe-base tayo sa column ng P and Q. So, kapag P or Q naman, or kapag may true sa isang simple statements, true na siya sa compound. Magiging true siya. Okay? So, since the first row ng P and Q niya is parehas na true, so, ang P or Q natin is true. And sa second row, ang P niya is true, while yung Q niya is false. Sabi ko kanina, basta may true
ang simple statement mo, magiging true pa rin ang sagot niya sa P or Q. So, sa third column naman, ganun din, nagkabaligtad lang. Ang P ang false at ang Q ang true. May true, so true pa rin ang sagot doon sa P or Q. And sa last row naman, parehas siyang false. So, ang sagot sa P or Q is false. So, negate naman natin siya. To get the answer of not P or not Q, magbe-base tayo dun sa answer natin sa P or Q. So, babaligtaran lang natin para makuha natin ang sagot sa not P or not Q. So, sa last table, which is yung comparison, pag kukumparin lang natin yung not P and Q sa not P or Q. So, based naman sa slides, ayun, same siya ng sagot. Same siya ng kinalabasan kahit magkaiba siya ng process. So, it means na ang not P and not Q is equivalent to not P or Q. And dun sa example na prove that not P and not Q is equivalent to not P or Q is nagawa natin. Same lang siya, so it means na equivalent lang yung not P and not Q sa not P or Q.
And now, we're going to discuss what tautologies and self-contradiction is. But first, let's define what tautology is. Tautology is a statement that is always true, meaning, even though the original statement is false, at the end of the process, it will turn into a true statement. So, for the next example, let's show that P or not P or Q is a tautology. Now, let's prove that P or not P or Q is a tautology. So, ang una natin gagawing step is yung hanapin yung negation P. Uunahin natin yung nasa parenthesis. Now, ano ba ang negation ng true? Pag sinabi kasi nating negation, magiging opposite siya ng original statement. So, if this is true, magiging false siya pag nilapatan na negation. True ang same here. True siya, and nilapatan natin ang negation, kaya naging false. Dito naman, if false ang original statement, and nilapatan natin ang negation, magiging true siya. So, same here lang din nang nangyari dito sa baba. And dahil nahanap na natin ang negation P, and wala sa parenthesis na may negation ang Q, proceed na tayo sa not P or Q na statement. So, at dahil or ang ginamit, pag kahit isa sa dalawang statement na Q or not P ang false, magiging true pa rin ang sagot kasi isa sa dalawa ay true statement. So, ang Q ay true statement and ang negation P is false, but the answer is true kasi isa sa dalawa ay true statement. Parehas siyang false statement, kaya ang magiging sagot natin is false. Parehas naman siyang true statement, kaya ang naging sagot natin dito is true. And kahit na ang Q statement is false, pero ang negation P is true, ang sagot pa rin dyan ay true. At dahil nabuo na natin ang nasa parenthesis, mag-proceed na tayo sa P or not P or Q statement. So, at dahil or na naman ang ginamit, if pag true statement ang ginamit, pag true statement ang isa at false statement ang isa, true pa rin ang kalalabasan dahil may isa sa kanila ang true statement. So, dito, parehas true statement ang P at not P or Q is true statement, kaya
sa P or not P or Q is statement ang true statement ang kinalabasan. True statement ang P and negation P or Q is false kaya naging true siya. Bakit? Kasi isa sa dalawang statement is true. False statement ang P but negation P or Q is true statement. Kaya naging true siya. So, ganun din ang nangyari sa false statement ng P at true statement ng negation P or Q. Kaya, true pa rin ang sagot. So, all throughout the process, naging true pa rin ang sagot. And if babalikan natin ang pinaka-definition ng tautology, all statement of tautology is all true. So, let's find out if the statement is true. Sa first statement, true ang naging sagot. Sa second statement is true, third statement is true, and fourth statement is true. So, ibig sabihin, we prove that P or not P or Q is a tautology.
Self-contradiction. Self-contradiction is a compound statement that is always false. So we have this example of self-contradiction. Shows that P and not P and Q is self-contradiction. So let's try this truth table for P and not P and Q. So in P, we have this true, and Q, we also have this true. So getting the not P is the opposite of P. So kapag ang P ay true, the not P will be false. So getting the not P and Q is like conjunction using connective and, right? So the not P is false and the Q is true. So the not P and Q will be false kasi magkaiba nga sila sa conjunction, di ba? Kapag magkaiba yung two simple statement, the compound statement will be false. Magiging true lang kapag parehas true. So getting the P and not P and Q is P and not P and Q. So the P is true and the not P and Q is false. So using the connective and, the compound statement will be false if two simple statement is different to each other. So yun nga, P is true and not P and Q is false. The compound statement or the self-contradiction will be false. So the second one is the P is true, the Q is false. So getting the not P, diba, ang P natin dito ay true. So the not P is false. So the not P and Q will be false because the not P and the Q is both false. So the P and not P and Q is also false. So the last one is the P is false and the Q is false. So getting the not P, getting the not P, getting the not P is the P here is false and the not P will be true. So the not P and Q is false because the two simple statement of not P and Q is different. So the P and not P and Q will be false. So if all the compound statement is false, it will be
contradiction. And I hope you learned to this one.